You have spent years asking the Almighty to change your life. You have prayed, fasted, and wept on your knees on the floor of your living room. You begged for a miracle, for a turning point, for an open door that would finally pull you out of this place where your soul has been suffocating for so long. And nothing happened. Life remained exactly the same. The bills kept arriving like a cruel reminder at the beginning of each month. The loneliness kept weighing on your chest like a wet stone. The past kept knocking on the door of your mind every dawn, at the exact moment when the silence becomes too vast. And you began to wonder, deep down, in a place you have never confessed to anyone, if the Almighty truly heard you, if He had forgotten your name. Today I need to tell you a truth that will break your heart in two, and at the same time, liberate you from a chain you did not even know you were carrying. You were never forgotten. You were never ignored. The problem was never your prayer. The problem is that you were asking for what you wanted with your mouth while you continued to feel what you did not want in your heart. And the universe, the divine consciousness, the living God that dwells within you, does not respond to your words. He responds to your feeling. This is the secret that the ancients knew, and that was lost in the noise of modern life. Feeling is the key. The state of consciousness in which you live is the only thing that materializes your reality. And today, in this video, I will teach you how to leave the past, occupy the state of your new life, and finally hear the Almighty tell you clearly, "Son, daughter, the time has come. Feel my presence. Leave the past behind. The new life is already in motion." Perhaps you are on the sofa right now, exhausted. Perhaps in the car, stuck in traffic, feeling that tightness in your chest that will not go away. Perhaps lying in bed, waiting for sleep to arrive. But your mind will not stop replaying the movie of what went wrong. I want you to understand one thing, and I want you to understand it now. You are not here by chance. This video did not appear on your screen because of an algorithm. It appeared because some deep part of you, that part that still believes, silently cried out for help. And the answer arrived this way, discreet, gentle, yet as precise as an arrow. Stop for a moment. Feel what is happening inside you right now. This tightness in your chest that is growing, this tear that insists on coming, this shiver that runs up your spine without asking permission. This is not common emotion. It is your soul recognizing a truth it already knew, and which it had been waiting for years to be reminded of. It is the Almighty saying, through this message, that the time has come for you to truly prepare. Because what is coming into your life is too great for you to face, with a heart still tethered to the past. You need to be clean. You need to be ready. You need to understand what the Almighty sees in you and what He expects of you in this moment of total transformation. That is why I have prepared a powerful digital book for you. It is called How to Know If the Almighty Will Save You on Judgment Day. This book is not common reading. It is a manual for your own soul. It shows you the real signs of those who are being separated by the Almighty in these final times, what needs to be cleansed within you before the great turning point, and how to recognize that you have been chosen to spiritually protect your family. The link is right there in the description and pinned to the top of the comments. Thousands of brothers and sisters have already gone through this reading and reported that it was as if the Almighty had spoken to them personally, page by page, whispering things no one else knew. Do not wait. This content may be taken down at any moment, because the truth it carries is not comfortable for everyone. Comment now with faith, the word Amen, as a decree of acceptance of this new life that is arriving. Now take a deep breath and come back with me, for the common mistake that cancels your manifestation is about to be revealed. And when you hear it, you will understand why, even while praying, even while believing, even while striving, your life seemed stuck in a dead-end cycle. Most people ask for one thing with their mouths but feel the opposite in their hearts. You ask for prosperity while feeling fear that you cannot pay the rent. You ask for love while feeling, deep down, that no one will want you after everything you have been through. You ask for healing while identifying yourself every day with the name of the disease. And the universe, faithful to its nature, delivers exactly what you feel you are, not what you say you want. The heart has an electromagnetic field thousands of times stronger than that of the brain. Modern science has already proven this. Every emotion you cultivate emits a specific frequency that organizes the matter of your reality. When you feel defeat, life comes in the form of defeat. When you feel fulfillment, life comes in the form of doors that open without you needing to push. This is not mysticism. It is ancient wisdom being confirmed by quantum physics. The observer influences the observed reality. You are not a spectator of your life. You are the creator, and the material with which you create every day is feeling. That is why Arthur Sterling, one of the greatest masters of the law of assumption, said a phrase that needs to be tattooed on your memory. Feeling is the key, not mechanical prayer, not empty repetition, not forced positivity. Feeling, the silent vibration you carry when no one is looking. And it is at this exact point that the call intensifies, because now you know too much to pretend that you don't. The book, How to Know If the Almighty Will Save You on Judgment Day, is waiting for you in the description and pinned to the top of the comments. It is no coincidence that you have arrived here. Go there now before fear convinces you to put it off for later. Comment Amen. Confirm your yes. There is an internal place that mystics call the higher plane. It is a place where time does not exist in the way you know it. In the higher plane, your desire has already been granted. Your new home is already being built. Your healing has already happened. Your love has already arrived. Your peace has already settled in your chest. Everything that manifests in the material world was, first, a feeling in the higher plane. Everything, without exception, is the outer impression of an inner state you once inhabited, even without knowing it. And now that you know, you can no longer play at unconscious creation. The technique of assumption is simple to understand, but it requires courage to practice. You must choose who you are before the world shows you who you are. You must decide, within yourself, what you will feel before circumstances try to decide for you. You must inhabit the I am of the new life before the new life appears at your door. Because life never comes before the feeling, life comes after. I know what you are thinking right now. How am I going to feel prosperous if my account is negative? How am I going to feel loved if the house is empty? How am I going to feel healthy if the test results came back abnormal? How am I going to feel at peace if my family is at war? The answer is this. You are not going to lie to yourself. You are not going to deny your reality. You are going to, for a few minutes a day, suspend your identification with the external reality and occupy the internal reality of the wish fulfilled. You will enter the higher plane. And the feeling you cultivate in there, with persistence, will begin to mold the external reality little by little, and then all at once in a moment you won't even expect. Imagine a 45-year-old woman, let's call her Mary, living in a rented apartment on the outskirts of a big city. Her husband left 2 years ago. Her children have grown up and moved on with their lives. The electric bill came in higher this month. The building manager knocks on the door demanding the overdue maintenance fees. And Mary, every day before falling asleep, repeats the same scene in her head. I won't make it. I have no one. I have been forgotten. Every time she repeats this scene, she is offering a prayer in reverse. She is decreeing with the force of emotion exactly what she does not want. Now imagine the same Mary after learning what you are learning here. The bills remain. The house remains. The bed remains empty. But before falling asleep, she does something different. She closes her eyes and consciously enters the higher plane. She feels, in her body, the aroma of fresh coffee prepared by someone who loves her. She feels the embrace of her children who have returned to visit. She feels with clarity the peace of one who no longer needs to count coins at the end of the month. And she does this every night, every dawn with persistence. Not the persistence of words, the persistence of feeling. And what begins to happen within a few weeks is something that mystics call the bridge of incidents. Have you ever stopped to notice your inner dialogue? That silent conversation that happens inside your head from the moment you open your eyes in the morning until the moment you turn off the light at night. This voice is your continuous prayer. It is more powerful than any prayer you offer on your knees on a Sunday morning because it is happening all the time without pause, creating frequency, shaping your field, deciding your destiny while you don't even notice. If your inner dialogue says, all the time I cannot handle this, then reality will show you everyday situations where you cannot handle things. If it says no one wants me, then reality will show you every day people who do not want you. But if you decide today, right now, that you are going to change your inner dialogue, something very serious will begin to move in the invisible. I am supported. I am guided. I am capable. I am loved. I am prosperous. I am whole. I am. The I am is the name that the Almighty used to introduce himself to Moses before the burning bush. I am that I am. It is the most powerful name in the universe, and this name is within you, at your disposal, waiting for you to use it with consciousness. Every time you say I am and complete the sentence with something, you are lighting the fire of creation. The question is, what do you want to burn with this fire? The old prison or the new branches that have not even been born yet? Before I continue revealing the deeper part of this message, I must step back and remind you of something important. You did not arrive here out of curiosity. You arrived because your soul is pushing you toward a turning point that your rational mind cannot yet fully grasp. And this turning point demands preparation. It demands a deeper reading than this video can provide on its own. That is why I have prepared a powerful digital book for you. The book, How to Know If the Almighty Will Save You on Judgment Day, was written as an exact extension of this message at a level the video cannot reach. It guides you page by page through the signs that the Almighty has been sending, through what is happening in your body and in your family, and through what He expects you to recognize before it is too late. The link is pinned in the description and at the top of the comments, precisely so you have no excuse for not finding it. Ordinary people, folks like you, who decided to open the book have reported things like this. Peace returned to the home, marriages were restored, health improved, and above all the presence of the Almighty was felt once again in a way that had been missing for years. Comment Amen now in the moment you are feeling what you are feeling as a decree of acceptance. Do not let this instant pass. This content may be taken down at any moment. Now I want to teach you one of the most powerful techniques of the law of assumption, nocturnal reprogramming. There is a sacred window between the waking state and deep sleep. The ancients called this window a portal. Modern neuroscience calls it the hypnagogic state. It is that moment a few minutes before you fall asleep, when your conscious mind loosens its grip and your subconscious mind lies completely exposed like a freshly plowed field. What you plant in this field in these few minutes is what will sprout in your life in the weeks to follow. That is why what you hear before sleep, what you watch before sleep, what you think before sleep, carries much more weight than what you do during the day. It is as if the fortress gate were left open, and any thought, any feeling, any image could enter and take hold of the throne. Most people use this portal against themselves. They go to sleep watching bad news. They go to sleep arguing with their spouse. They go to sleep checking debts. They go to sleep repeating scenes of anger, hurt, and defeat. And they wake up the next day feeling the same heavy life, because all night long they planted that same soil. Now imagine what happens when you invert this. Imagine that every night before going to sleep you dedicate 5 minutes to consciously enter the higher plane. You close your eyes, take a deep breath, and visit in detail a short scene that represents your desire fulfilled. Not the whole scene, just a short 30-second scene where everything has already happened, one that carries the feeling that the desire has already been granted. If you want a new love, do not visualize the entire journey to that love. Visualize only the moment you embrace at your front door after a common day. Feel the temperature of the air. Feel the scent of their skin. Feel the warmth of their hand in yours. Feel the peace in the chest of one who is no longer alone. If you want prosperity, do not visualize the entire road to prosperity. Visualize only the scene in which you open your banking app and the balance is exactly the amount you needed, and a little more. Feel the involuntary smile that rises to the corner of your mouth. Feel the sigh of relief that escapes your chest. Feel the ancient gratitude, the kind that brings you to your knees without needing words. If you want healing, do not visualize the entire healing process. Visualize the scene in which the doctor hands you a clean test result, smiling, saying that everything is fine. Feel the scent of the office. Feel the cold of the chair. Feel the lightness of a body that has learned to trust itself once more. And perform this scene every night, with persistence. It does not matter if you are tired. It does not matter if your mind wants to think of something else. You return. And you return. And you return. Because every repetition of the scene digs a little deeper into the field of the subconscious. And the subconscious, once convinced, cannot distinguish between what truly happened out there and what truly happened in here. It simply begins to behave as if that were your reality. And then the external reality has no other option. It is forced to reorganize itself to match the internal state you have assumed. The Bible already said this, in other words, thousands of years ago. Stand firm in faith. Not the faith of the verb to believe, the faith of the verb to feel. Believing in the heart that which is not yet seen already is. That is the measure of persistence required of you at this moment. And it is also the measure of what is promised for your life when you fulfill this inner part. I know there is a question deep within you. How long do I need to do this to see it happen? How many nights, how many scenes? How many times do I need to return to the feeling until life finally changes out there? The answer is simple and liberating. You do it until the thing becomes true within you. There is no fixed deadline. There is a moment of internal turning. It is an instant when you stop trying to believe and simply start to know. When you start to know with the calm of someone who knows the sun will rise tomorrow, then the manifestation is practically certain. It is only a matter of time until the bridge of incidence finishes building itself. The bridge of incidence is the invisible path that divine consciousness builds between your current state and your desired state. It is made of small, apparently common circumstances, which, seen together, form a sequence impossible to explain through logic. An old number in your contact sends a message. A job opening appears in a place where you were not even thinking of looking. An unexpected sum enters your account. A friend who vanished reappears. A door opens. It is as if the entire universe reorganizes itself with discretion to take you to where your feeling has already placed you. And here is another secret that few have told you. The bridge of incidence does not build itself while you are doubting. It builds itself while you are occupying the feeling. Every time you return to doubt, you do not destroy the bridge, but you delay its construction. Every time you return to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you accelerate it. That is why persistence is so sacred. It is not stubbornness, it is fidelity to the state. Now comes the most delicate part of our conversation today. The part that separates those who hear this message and change their lives from those who hear it and remain exactly the same. And this part has a name: leaving the past behind. You need to understand one very serious thing. The past, on its own, has no power over you. The past is just a sequence of events that ended the moment they happened. What has power over you is the interpretation you give to the past every day in your inner dialogue. It is the story you tell yourself 1,000 times a week about who abandoned you, about who hurt you, about what you lost, about what could have been and was not. This story, repeated without ceasing, is what keeps the past alive. It is what traps your life in a loop. It is what prevents the higher plane from delivering the new reality to you because you continue every day choosing to return to the old reality with your attention. Leaving the past behind does not mean forgetting what happened. It means, and listen closely to this, stopping the daily assumption of the identity of the person to whom those things happened. It means stopping the refrain of, "I am the woman who was betrayed. I am the man who lost his business. I am the one rejected by his father. I am the one no one looked at. I am the child of an alcoholic. I am the one who couldn't conceive." All of these are old identities. They are states of consciousness that you occupied quite rightly at the moment the pain occurred. But today, in this video, the Almighty is calling you to move out of them. You are no longer that. You are being invited to inhabit a new I Am. And the new I Am is built with new feelings, new scenes, and a new inner dialogue. Think about this. When you go to cross a busy street in your city, you don't keep looking backward. You look forward and to the sides. Because crossing requires attention to what is approaching, not what has already passed. The spiritual life is exactly the same. The crossing that the Almighty is calling you to make now requires that you look ahead, that you look toward the new shore, that you feel with your entire body the life that is being prepared on the other side. And on this new shore you must decide, with faith, who you will be when you set foot on the sand. You cannot reach the other side and continue to be the same wounded person who stepped into the water. Because if you arrive the same way, the new shore will become the old shore in a few months. The new house will become the old house. The new love will become the old story. The new job will become the old job. Because the inner state is what dictates the outer appearance, not the other way around. There is a thought from Thomas Baker, another great master of this wisdom, that perfectly aligns with what I am telling you. He used to say that your subconscious is the vault where everything is stored, and that whatever you impress upon the subconscious with feeling, it is compelled to deliver into the material world. It is not its will to deliver, it is its nature to deliver. It is law of assumption, law of feeling, law of I am. Therefore, when you catch yourself during the day mentally repeating the old story, you do not condemn yourself. You do not judge yourself. You simply, with the firmness of one who knows what they are doing, redirect the dialogue. You take the old thought by the hand and say, no, today we are not going to that place. Today we are going to the place where the new life is already prepared, and you return to the new I am. There is one thing I must explain to you, and it is fundamental so that you do not become discouraged in the coming weeks. Between the moment you change your inner state and the moment your outer life reorganizes, there is a space. This space may last a few days, a few weeks, or in some cases a few months, and in this space life tends to do a strange thing. It seems to get worse before it gets better. Do not be alarmed by this. It is just a test. It is merely the old world taking its final breath before giving way to the new world. It is as if the old structure, which was supporting your old life, needs to collapse so that the new structure can be erected in the same place. If you do not know this, you flee in the middle of the process. You run back to what you knew, you give up the new feeling, and you miss the turning point. But if you know, and now you do, you simply breathe. You watch the old fall away. You do not try to fix what is falling, because what is falling must fall. You simply continue with persistence, occupying the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And what needs to stay, stays. What needs to leave, leaves. And when you open your eyes weeks later, the landscape of your life will be entirely different. Amen. This is where your decision comes in. This video has already given you more than many people receive in their entire lifetime, but knowledge without practice changes nothing. You need today to commit to yourself. Today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Choose a short scene of your desire fulfilled. Decide on this scene now. Feel it vividly in your body. And commit to entering that scene every night for the next 7 days before going to sleep. 7 days. Just 7. In 7 days, you won't solve your entire life, but you will start to feel a shift in the field. You will start to notice signs. You will start to notice small coincidences. You will start to understand, through your own experience, that the law of assumption is real and responds when it is exercised with persistence. You deserve this change. You deserve a home where peace dwells. You deserve a bank account that breathes deeply. You deserve a love that looks into your eyes with gratitude. You deserve a body that trusts itself. You deserve a family where love flows without barriers. And the Almighty, the I Am that lives within you, is saying right now, all of this is already ready. It is just waiting for you to occupy the right state. And look at something interesting. When you occupy the state, you don't even need to chase after things. Things start to come to you. The right people appear. Opportunities sprout from unlikely places. Curiosities happen. You open a social network and see a vacancy that seems made for you. You answer an old call and it brings an unexpected invitation. You listen to a YouTube video like this one, and your life turns inside out from that moment on. Divine consciousness moves in the detail of coincidences. Before I lead you to the close of this message, I want you to do one symbolic thing now with me. I want you to like this video and subscribe to the channel, but not like someone obeying just any request from a content creator. Do this as a decree of acceptance, as a silent spiritual act in which you are saying, to the entire universe, I accept this new life that is being delivered to me. I accept the new state. I accept the new I am. I accept the turning point. The like and the subscription are, at this moment, your yes to the Almighty. They are the outer gesture of an inner decision that has just been made. And if you are still with me up to this point, it is because you are one of the few people who will actually apply what you receive today. Most people watch, comment, get emotional, and go on with life just the same. But not you. You will put it into practice. And in a few months you will return to this video, perhaps with tears in your eyes, to leave a testimony of everything that has changed. And your testimony will bless other people who will be arriving here after you, the same way you arrived just now. I need, before closing, to give you the final warning. And this is the most serious of all. You have just received a spiritual key, a key that opens doors that have been locked for years. But a key is a serious matter. A key requires responsibility. You cannot receive this key and continue living on autopilot, repeating the same complaints, feeding the same old internal dialogue. If you do that, the key goes back into the vault, and you will need to go through another round of pain until you find it again. I am not telling you this to scare you. I am telling you this because it is the truth, and the truth is always the path of deepest love. The Almighty does not withdraw the key as a punishment. The Almighty protects the key so that it does not wear out in the hands of someone who has not yet decided to use it. And it is precisely at this point that many people reach the end of a video like this and say, "Deep down I will start tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes." That is why I want you to start now. Before you close this screen, before you go back to what you were doing, stop. Close your eyes for 30 seconds. Feel in your chest the sensation that your new life has already arrived. Feel the higher plane opening up within you. Feel the I am of the new reality taking the place of the old I am. And when you open your eyes, something small will already be different. That is why I have prepared a powerful digital book for you, as a direct extension of this message for your practical life. The book, How to Know. If the Almighty will save you on Judgment Day, is the right material for this moment. It delves into the spiritual signs, the paths of separation that the Almighty is making in this time, and how you can recognize that your family has been placed under your spiritual responsibility. The link is pinned in the description and at the top of the comments. Go now with the same seriousness with which you heard this message. Do not let this fire go out, and comment Amen with faith as the decree of acceptance of this new life that is arriving. The Almighty is with you. The new life has arrived. Feel the presence, and do not look back anymore.